legend, legend. How much Shiyak is a legend, 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 legend. How much Shiyak is a legend, 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 legend.
Told y'all before, I'm all in my bag. I'm not trying to brag, I'm just trying to help add a whole lot of sauce into the fold, into the sky crack. I'm not holding back, so it's woe to my foes. I got smoke for my eyes, bringing hope to my folk. Yeah, we cannot be stopped, even if the crow cocks, if the cock crows. I'm on the straight and narrow, dodging potholes. The haters gon' plot, but the most I expose. So the beef that they cooking in me is pot roast. They better be glad I'm a vegan, or else I'ma eat them and I ain't leaving nothing but bones, you see. The most high is so gracious, he'll never forsake us or leave us alone, you see. So I give him my loyalty, because he made me royalty. All I need is the soul, the seed. Another man water, the most I gon' grow the tree. And if he had to increase, then you know it's good fruit for your soul to eat. No need to be greedy, believe me, it's more than enough for us all to eat. You think my metaphors is deep, I'm still at the shore, I got more to see. Now that ball is legendary, I just write what he say like a secretary. I'ma give him the praise till the day I'm buried. I'ma give him the praise cause it's necessary. We gon' serve the most high, we ain't never scared. Got our armor on and got our weapons ready. We gon' rise to our feet, we ain't sedentary. I should tie your defeat, it's set in stone like a cemetery.
Legend.
All right, you guys, thank you for joining us for today's Soul Essence Empowerment Journey. We are on day 11. I certainly want to make sure that we go ahead and open up the workshop with a prayer. Most High Yahuwah, we are grateful for this day. We are grateful for the sun that is shining. We are grateful for the fresh air. We are grateful for the comforting love and presence of yours that we feel, Most High. And we ask that your presence be with us, even as we meet for this workshop today. May we be aware, Yahuwah. May we be receptive, Yahuwah. May we be divinely aligned at all times, Yahuwah. May we be prepared to receive from you all that you have to reveal to us, even your love, Yahuwah, as you reveal it to us in a new way. We give you our minds, our thoughts, our lives. We give you our friendships, our relationships. We give you all that concerns us. We give you our learning, our hopes, and our troubles. And we come together in unity and love to learn and to grow. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart and mind be acceptable in thy sight, Most High Yahuwah. You are my divine strength, Yahuwah. Restore us and inspire us with your love. Fill us with your peace as we journey onwards. Let us be vessels of your love and grace, Yahuwah, as you fill us up with love and grace. Allow us to extend that same love and grace to others. We thank you, O Most High Yahuwah, for all that it is that you do for us. We give you the praise and the glory as we gather here today. All right, so be it, so it is, so it shall be. All right, you guys. So as I stated to you, we are on day 11 of this Soul Essence Empowerment Journey. Just so that we can get through the workshop, I see a couple of questions on one of the platforms. I will answer the questions at the end. I want to remind everyone that these sessions are being recorded. We are on day 11 of the Soul Essence Empowerment Journey that is brought to you by Images, imparting motivation, achieving goals, expecting success. I thank you all for joining us here today. I thank you all for being willing to participate. I thank you all for implementing the strategies and the characteristics that we are learning each day to make ourselves better today than we were the day before. Day 11 is about discipline. Some people hear the word discipline and cringe. All right. But this is going to help us all to see that we can look at discipline in a positive light as well. All right. So the characteristic for today, which is day 11, is discipline. And the theme for today is becoming. I do want to discuss becoming a little more before we move any further. Okay. The great thing about becoming is that we understand that when the Most High Yah formed humanity from the dust of the earth, the stars, from the dust, right? As articulated in Genesis 2, Yahuwah breathed life into each of us, as it tells us, as he did with Adam, right? And Adam became a living soul. The same breath that we breathe in today is the consciousness of the Most High. People don't understand that. There is a video that's going around that is magnifying the lungs as you breathe. And as you're breathing, it's actually saying even Yahuwah as you're breathing. It's a really dope video. You guys have to go find it. I know a lot of you kind of enjoy being on social media sometimes, but definitely go find it because it magnifies it for you to hear. So we're breathing in the consciousness of the Most High. And so as Adam did the same thing and became a living soul, so the soul is the aspect of our entire being that correlates, integrates, and enlivens everything going on in the various dimensions of ourselves, right? Things like our appetites, our ambitions, our thoughts, and our motivations, all right? We are here to become who the Most High Yahuwah has created us to be. That is our purpose. There is a quote by John Wood Omen, and it says that to deliver the soul from the sin which is its ruin and bestow it the holiness which is its health and its peace is the end of all God's dealings with his children. And precisely because he cannot merely impose, but must enable us to attain it ourselves. If we are really to have the liberty of his children, the way he must take is long and arduous. Okay? So we have those things like our appetites, our ambitions, our thoughts, our motivations. Those are all various dimensions. It's what makes each of us innately ourselves, right? And it isn't something that we have, but it's rather who we are. So as we are coming into this divine alignment, we are learning because we're focused on within, right? And we are learning ourselves who we are. C.S. Lewis is quick to clarify, you don't have a soul, you are a soul, you have a body, all right? You are the soul, you're the spirit that's in the body, right? And we know that the soul is the mind, the will, and the emotions. But we have this body as an earthen vessel. And the thing about this body that is the earthen vessel is the fact that we have a body and our spirit, right? This soul that is encompassed within it is what gives us the power and the dominion on the earth realm. Okay. The fact that Yahusha himself was able to be born in a body. Remember, the scriptures say that there was a body prepared for Yahusha, right? That's because the body is what gives the spirit the ability and the legal reign here in this earth realm. So even though it's almost totally beyond conscious awareness, scientists have proven that the soul actually has a real substance and a real weight. All right. Now, as you can recall, there was a researcher in 1907, that documented the reality of the soul. And what this researcher did was he began his research by measuring animals immediately before and after their death. And he found that there was no difference in the weight of the animals, which is not surprising because what we're told is that animals don't have a soul, okay? The same experiment, however, performed on every human being that he did a research on was being measured to show a loss of exactly 21 grams. So when they were measured pre-death and post-death, there was a loss of 21 grams that was measured, okay? So the scientific community has embraced the fact that the soul has weight and substance. Now, we also have a spirit, which the Most High Yahuwah intended to openly communicate with Yahuwah and rule over the soul and the body. Whenever Adam and Eve rebelled against the Most High, which is what sin is, that rebellion. So whenever Adam and Eve sinned, this direct connection with the Most High was severed, and the spirit's ability to regulate the health of the soul and the body was lost. This poses an enormous problem since the Most High Yahuwah designed the soul to have great power. Proverbs 23:7 tells us, "For as he thinketh in his heart or soul, so is he." When the spirit, the soul, and the body are out of order, remember this is alignment and balance that we're talking about now, you become governed by exterior forces rather than the inner stream of the Most High Yahuwah's living water, that life-giving ruach and spirit of the Most High Yahuwah that is within us. You can look at Isaiah 11:1. Okay, that's where you reference that, and it tells you that we have the life-giving ruach of the Most High within us. But whenever we are not properly aligned, or whenever we are out of balance, that's when you're going to be more focused on exterior things and allowing exterior things to control you and dictate your ways and actions, as opposed to stand in that divine power, that absolute power, right? Instead of staying in that absolute power of the Most High Yah from the spirit that is within you. And when the spirit, soul, and body are out of order, this is what's going to happen. So that's when you know that, hey, you got to sit down and take a minute and say, you know what? I need to get back in alignment with the Most High. Something is going on here. Because we don't want to lose the ability to discern our authentic self. We want to increase in the ability to discern not only our authentic self, but everything that's going on around us, including other people's authenticity. So what we allow to govern our soul will ultimately determine what we receive from the Most High Yah. And as Yahuwah spoke through the prophet Jeremiah in Jeremiah 17:9, it says, I, Yahuwah, search the mind. I try the heart, even to give to every man according to his ways. So sin is one of those things or factors that Yahuwah is looking for in our hearts. But Yahuwah can only bless us in proportion to the condition of our own soul. Are your feelings and emotions roadblock to the work that Yahuwah is to do in your life? Ask yourself that question. Ask yourself. You know your feelings, you know your emotions, you know what's going on inwardly. Do you think your feelings and your emotions are posing as roadblocks to the work that Yahuwah is to perform in your life? Because it's not that the Most High Yahuwah won't bless us, but Yahuwah can't bless us until our soul is rightly ordered and restored to the original plan that Yahuwah had for us. Because Yahuwah is a mighty one of order and law. We already know this. Okay. There is some incredible good news, though, right? That same good news that Yahusha was had the goal of helping people to learn and know. That same good news that Yahuwah wanted us all to know and sent Yahusha out to spread the good news. The good news is that the Most High Yah desires our soul to prosper, to rise to the highest level of existence that Yahuwah worked into our being when he formed us in our mother's womb. The Apostle John wrote in 3 John chapter 1 verse 2, Beloved, I pray that you may prosper in all things and be in health, just as your soul prospers. So we're going to cover our thought life later on throughout this soul essence empowerment journey. But during this particular time of the journey, we're going to focus on restoring, resting, imaging, and sensing as divine disciplines regarding the nature of and the plan for our souls. The main purpose of life is to live rightly, to think rightly, to act rightly. Okay. Another primary reason for us choosing to do this soul essence empowerment journey and fast from the things that no longer serve us and things that aren't helpful for us is to develop the characteristic of discipline. So we're becoming, which is the theme, more disciplined people, the characteristic. So that is how becoming ties into discipline, because I needed you guys to have an understanding that we will need to exercise the art of discipline if we are to master the art of living authentically. Okay, so that's great news, right? Don't you guys think that's some great news to have and experience? So now as we go into discipline, we can look at 1 Timothy 4:7-8. Exercise daily in the Most High Yahuwah. No spiritual flabbiness. Please. Workouts in the gymnasium are useful for your physical body, but a disciplined life in the Most High Yahuwah Elohim is far more so, making you both fit today and forevermore. Okay. The key to a successful and prosperous life is discipline. Again, Paul emphasized the importance of discipline in almost every letter that he wrote. In the book of Acts, in chapter 24, verse 16, Paul said, I always exercise and discipline myself to have a clear, unshaken, and unblameless conscience, void of offense toward Yahuwah Elohim and toward men. Paul wrote Timothy declaring in 2 Timothy chapter 1, verse 7, Elohim has not given us a spirit of fear and timidity, but of power, love, and self-discipline, which also is put as a sound mind in other versions. All right. Peter also wrote about discipline as well. Okay, in 2 Peter 1:5, it says, so don't lose a minute in building on what you've been given, complementing your basic faith with alert discipline. Galatians 5:22-23 is another example. It says a disciplined life in Yahuwah Elohim will produce the fruit of the Spirit: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Those are the fruits of the Spirit. We're told that we will know people by their fruit. Oftentimes, because people don't know what the fruit of the Spirit are, people will feel like someone who has an abundance of material possessions or a lot of money, because they have that, they're blessed. They're not looking. Money is not a fruit. You don't see money listed anywhere on here, even though money comes. Obviously, if you're divinely aligned and you're high vibrational, you're going to be fruitful, and you're going to have an abundance of things. Okay. However, money alone and an abundance of material possessions alone is not the deciding factor, because we also know that people can get that abundance of money and material in ways that are in direct opposition to the Most High. Okay. So when we are coming into interactions with people, when the Most High Yahuwah is bringing people across our paths for one reason or another. Now, a lot of us who have been through traumatic situations, we can get into a place where we begin to kind of steer clear of people. Just do, it may be a trauma response due to hurt or pain that you've gone through, and you're like, you know what, I'm not even about to play these games with people. I'm not going to let anybody else hurt me. You know, you're trying to protect yourself, of course, but when you do that, when you are putting walls up, not only are you protecting yourself from hurt, and you don't even have to protect yourself, number one, but not only are you protecting yourself from hurt, you're blocking out anything good that could come through, because you're so completely withdrawn. So instead of being completely withdrawn, then just measure everyone, because the scripture tells us you will know them by their fruit. So when you come into contact with people, and you're wanting to see, is this a person that I should be all right with developing a relationship with, or, you know, whether it's platonic or business or romantic, whatever. When you are, because all relationships don't have to be romantic. There are so many other relationships. There are brother and sister bonds, friend groups, everything. But when you're coming into contact with these people, look for the fruit. What does their love look like? Are they lacking or increasing in love? Are they joyful people overall? Yes, there's going to be some times where anyone can, just have a day of or moment of experiencing a temper or something like that. But I'm talking about overall, what are their fruits? Do you see that love, that joy, that peace, that patience, that kindness, that goodness, that faithfulness, that gentleness, and self-control? These are the characteristics that you look for. So discipline will, and these are not only do we look for these characteristics in other people, these are the characteristics that we are to be exhibiting to the world, because we're supposed to be showing our Father's qualities. Remember, we talked about that already. So if we are showing our Abba's qualities, then we're automatically going to have every fruit that there is to have in abundance, because it's directly coming from the Most High through us. Okay? So discipline empowers us to become and to do the extraordinary. All right? Extraordinary. Now, here's the final point for today. Exercise a disciplined life in the Most High Yahuwah Elohim, because it's not so much about what we choose not to do, but more about what we choose to do. So let's choose to be like our Father. Let's choose to let people see the love and the joy and the fruits of our Father through us. Even discipline. Yahuwah warned us against the dangers of legalism and admonished seekers to focus instead on the law of love. So we already know what to do. We have the scriptures. It's a clear instruction book manual if we're looking and studying it properly. All right. Now here's a quote by Aristotle, which says moral excellence comes about as a result of habit. We become just by doing just acts, temperate by doing temperate acts, and brave by doing brave acts. All right. So remember, just like we talked about a couple of days ago as well, when I said sometimes people will pray for wisdom. And I said, well, when you pray for wisdom, you're going to receive a whole lot of situations that you're going to have to go through to develop that wisdom. Okay. You become wise by doing wise things. So you have to have those experiences. So remember, I said, be mindful of the things that you're asking for in prayer, because sometimes we'll ask for something in prayer, not really understanding what it is that we're asking. And then we'll get that exact thing and then be like, whoa, it's me. This is too hard. It's too tough, or what's going on. But remember how you are prepared. Okay. And most importantly, we become just by doing just acts. Temperate by doing temperate acts, and brave by doing brave acts. So here are the action steps for journaling today. I want you guys to take a screenshot and think on these action steps as you begin to journal. Again, you're going within to discover what is there, what may need to be released and cast out, or what may need to be increased. Okay, so the first action step for journaling: how do we exercise a disciplined life in the Most High Yahuwah? Think about those fruits of the Spirit. Think about staying in divine alignment. Think about staying in the covenant. Just think about that. And your answer does not have to be the same as mine. You may have a different answer, but answer it honestly. The second action step for journaling is, Paul said, the discipline of the Most High Yahuwah is not so much about what we choose not to do, but more about what we choose to do. So make a list of the things that you can actively choose to do for the Most High Yahuwah Elohim, okay? We're coming up with things that you can actively choose to do. Remember, we're starting today. We're implementing this today. The third action step for journaling: discipline starts in the mind. So for every negative thought or every negative word that you think or speak today, commit to putting $1 to a charity of your choice. Mind you, you can always donate those dollars to images. All right. So this is the negative curber. All right. Because nobody likes to spend money on, we like to get what we want with our money, right? And we don't want to have to pay $1 for negative words or thoughts or speaking today. But just commit. If you're saying a negative word, a negative thought, a negative deed, every time you do that today, commit to donating $1 to a charity of your choice. All right. So make sure you take a screenshot of this because you will need this to turn in. Unless you have the workbook. If you have the workbook, as I stated before in previous sessions, you can just send a picture of your workbook page. If it's printed up or if you typed on it on your PDF, if you know how to do that, then you can send that as an attachment. Not a link, but an attachment. Okay. All right, Ephesians 4 and 13 is, Ephesians 4, 1 through 3 is where we're going to come from with our final scripture for today. Get out there and walk, better yet run, on the road that Yahuwah Elohim called you to travel. Do this with humility and discipline, not in fits and starts, but steadily, pouring yourselves out for each other in acts of love. All right, steady. I started thinking about that saying, slow and steady wins the race. All right. Steady. Pace yourself. All right. Take it a day at a time if you need to. That's what this workshop is about. Taking it a day at a time. We're doing this together so you don't have to feel like you're alone, even though you're never alone because the Most High Yahuwah never leaves you nor forsakes you. So I want to thank you guys for joining us for day 11 of the Soul Essence Empowerment Journey. If you need to contact Images, you can do so by calling 336-528-4833. If you have Facebook, YouTube, or Instagram, our social media handle is Images GSO. Find us, interact with us, like some posts, talk to us. You guys do not have to be afraid of interacting with us. We are not here to judge you about anything. You can interact with us anytime you want to on social media, okay? To turn in any workbooks, uploads, assignments, including this journaling assignment, or if you have any other written correspondence that you'd like to send to Images, then please do so by sending it to imagesgso@gmail.com. imagesgso@gmail.com. And as usual, to find out more about our organization, services, what we do as a ministry, things that we offer outside of the Soul Essence Empowerment Workshop, other programs and services, we are here for you. And we have our website available. So just go to imagesempowerment.org, imagesempowerment.org, and you can find out all that you need to know about our organization, all right? So I'm going to go ahead and do the closeout prayer, and then I'll stop the recording, and then I'll answer any questions that are available if I've not already answered them yet, okay? So, Most High Yahuwah, I thank you for bringing us together in love and unity. I thank you that we're able to dwell in your kingdom and live in your presence, as your kingdom and your presence is always within us. I am grateful for the time that we've been able to gather together here in this session. And I definitely am grateful that you'll continue to divinely guide and divinely protect each and every one of us as we go our separate ways from the workshop today. Help us all to recall anything that will be helpful while we're journaling for our highest and our greatest good, and to bring you glory, Abba. You deserve all the praise and the glory that is due your Kadash and holy name. Abba, Yahuwah, we praise you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am grateful. All right, you guys. So be it, so it is, so it shall be. Now, I did see earlier